As soon as we aired our investigation, we started hearing from viewers who were in the same boat as Gregory Allen Jr., hurricane survivors who received FEMA aid to rebuild, only to have FEMA demand they pay that money back years later. Gregory Allen is being forced to pay back $10,000 in disaster aid he received as a college student after he fled New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. The government also tacked on a 28% collection fee for a total debt of $12,203.
FEMA decided that the funds that they gave me, I was ineligible for. I lived through Hurricane Katrina, but I'm ineligible for these funds. Like, I lost everything, but I'm ineligible for these funds. I have PTSD, but I'm ineligible for these funds. Like, I don't even understand how they just arbitrarily chose this.
We now know Allen was not alone. After our story aired, @Michael H. Jordan tweeted us that he had to pay back the $8,900 he got after Katrina. Another tweet came from @Nola Darling, who told me she had to pay back $20,000. And others told us similar stories. Many of you were up in arms, not just because FEMA wanted its money back, but also because it took so long after the storm for them to collect from Allen. D. Love posted on our Facebook page, 12 years? Oh no, that's on them. Things even fall off your credit after 7 years. We spent weeks with Allen making phone calls and writing FEMA on his behalf to get an explanation. At one point, we were on hold for more than 2 hours without ever getting through to a real person. But a day after our story aired, and in response to our follow-up questions, FEMA sent us the most complete explanation to date about what happened. They say Allen, who moved to D.C. after Katrina, received something called Other Needs Assistance for personal property lost during the storm and flood. In 2007, FEMA says it began an internal review of students in dorms who received those ONA funds. FEMA says it did not contact students whose cases were under review to avoid unnecessary stress in the event those payments turned out to be proper. FEMA decided Allen's payment was not proper, although the reasons why remain unclear. Meanwhile, in 2011, Congress passed the Disaster Assistance Recoupment Fairness Act, or DARFA, which provided applicants like Allen the opportunity to have their debt waived. FEMA says it contacted everyone who was eligible to file a DARFA waiver by mail, but that window closed in September of 2012, and Allen missed it. Why? Well, he claims he never heard a word about FEMA wanting its money back until earlier this year, when a collection letter from the Treasury showed up at his current address.
You know, like, why did you give me this money if you're gonna just tell them, like, oh, we did this on accident and you don't really deserve it? It's so deleterious. It was so painful. I cried so much. I called the suicide hotline because, like, I just didn't want to live anymore.
In its statement, FEMA told us earlier this year, FEMA implemented new internal recoupment review guidance to ensure that applicants who may owe a debt to FEMA are notified in a timely manner. That may help hurricane victims in Texas and Florida and Puerto Rico, but not Allen. FEMA says now that his debt has been transferred to the Treasury for collection, FEMA cannot take any further action to review his case. FEMA did tell us in rare instances, Treasury may agree to return a case to FEMA for additional review. Now, we are working to get Allen that additional review, and we're going to stay on this case and let you know what happens. Eric Flack, WUSA 9.